So Bryant, let's take a second to talk about what you do best, looking for undervalued companies. What's changed pre and post-COVID when it comes to company analysis? What's different now?
Yeah, I think that's a great question because there's a lot of obvious things that have changed from pre-COVID to post-COVID. There's a lot of important subtle things that have changed. And one of the things I see happening at the corporate level is the change in what dominates decisions. And it used to be technological advances, outsourcing of supply chains really helped companies reduce the need for labor. It helped companies see margin expansion. But post-COVID, the supply demand of labor has gone in a different direction. And you see labor reasserting their authority, reasserting their muscle. And you see it best through some of the union activity. We're seeing a lot of different companies in the retail space, the quick service space. Employees want to join unions. And you're seeing a lot of unions assert their authority through strikes, whether it's in the aerospace industry or in the screenwriters industry, but nonetheless, they're asserting their authority. And you're seeing massive changes in wages, which will ultimately accrue to margins. Companies will have to change whether they invest in labor and cut back on R&D, cut back on advertising. It could impact long-term growth rates. But even the intangibles are changing, right? The desire to have white-collar workers working from home, as an example, it has an impact on efficiencies and it has an impact on culture and things you might not see necessarily until the next generation has their turn to drive company cultures forward. And it has an impact on competitive advantages of asset bases. So it's a subtle change, but a meaningful one. And you'll start to see it first in the margins, but long term, you'll probably see it start to impact growth rates and companies' competitive positionings.